Welcome back to Agree to Disagree. This is our final part. I'm MACC sitting in for Haris. What is crowdsourcing? Can you explain to our viewers?
Well, crowdsourcing is the new buzzword to actually get people, crowds, to give their inputs, to give their opinions on a particular subject. So many people exercise crowdsourcing these days, and also something else called crowdfunding in order to be able to solicit donations for particular causes. But crowdsourcing is really something to generate opinions.
Different from crowdfunding.
Very different.
Okay. So C4 is launching something like crowdsourcing?
Yes.
For?
We have a platform. Now, I mentioned just now, political will is the key ingredient to fighting corruption. While we demand, while we build efforts towards greater accountability, C4, and I think many of us believe that we only have ourselves to count on. We only have ourselves as taxpayers, as tax-paying citizens to come together to build a collective concern, a collective voice, to build public momentum, and to ensure that our voices are heard.
In other words, it's rakyat power.
Right? People power. I mean, we elected our government into power, and they should never forget that. They should never forget that we are the bosses. People are the bosses. And so in that regard, the crowdsourcing website at www.combatcorruption.my is one initiative. It's one very important initiative where we can gather voices on the Auditor General's report. Now, we have many disgruntled people. We have people that say, same old, so what can we do? But we want to transform that, because that what can we do is actually a very powerful initiative that we can do something if we speak together and if we act together.
For example?
Well, we have many examples of how people power have actually forced government to take up reforms and actions. Now, Bursa is, of course, the most obvious example, but it's not just all about street protests. There are many ways in which we can collectively come together. So I want to say that in this era of social media and technology, we can use technology to promote transparency. We can use online means, we can use platforms to force governments to allow greater access to information, to ensure that the culture of secrecy is no longer one that we want to promote, that citizens have a right to know, and that there is a duty to disclose a lot of the information that's being hidden from us. So that's why the Auditor General's report is a tool. It's a glimpse into the black hole of how governments operate. And this crowdsourcing method is a way to pool our voices together, to get ourselves organized.
Can you give us an example? How do you pool resources on this crowdsourcing platform?
Okay, we've got several key social media web portals to help us advertise the crowdsourcing side. We have Malaysian Insider and Malaysia Kini mainly to help us run advertisements on this. It's not going to be very easy to attract traffic because it's a new concept.
No, what I mean is, like, what can the public do? If let's say I'm a rakyat, I log into the crowdsourcing website, I want to contribute. How do I contribute?
Well, you contribute merely by giving comments. But in order to motivate good constructive comments, we have taken an initiative where 150 or 200 comments get selected, the best ones get selected, turned into a citizens audit report, and get sent to the Public Accounts Committee. Now, the chair of the Public Accounts Committee, Datuk Nur Jazlan, we've spoken to him. He's been open to accepting a citizens audit report. Now, you may ask me what's so important about it. But the issue here is that this is the first time the Public Accounts Committee will receive something from the public to show them that citizens are watching what they're doing, how investigations are
we're watching
place.
you.
And we are also telling them to make their hearings public so that citizens can sit in. And the most important point is we need to desensitize the public to become a more sensitive group of concerned citizens that want to make sure and want to know how their own monies are being spent.
Okay, I just want to add that there are other things like whistleblowing, and you guys will train people to know how to investigate further, right? Okay, so it's an interesting chat. I would really love to chat with you more about this, but we have limited time. The producer is going to kill me if I don't stop now. So corruption is one of the main problems affecting our country, and as fellow citizens, it is every rakyat's responsibility to end it. So let's do it together. I'm MACC, and we'll see you soon.